Hello guys, good morning. It's very early, can you see me? I'm here. Right, so, you know, just before the so-called Great Conjunction, we all felt a lightening of energy within our consciousness. We felt a sense of power and a sense of purpose and a sense of clarity. And I think now is the time for us to really start to put into form, bring into form our will, our magic, right? Our power. And to that end, everything that keeps us from that is going to be clearly exposed. Because if we are to rise now, and if we are to replace the inversion with wholeness and power, and manifesting our true purpose, our true magic, if we are to do that, we can no longer engage with the old. And at the inception of this breakthrough, there lies the usual threshold of fear, of resistance, of no, that's not going to work. And that would be your old self, as in the trauma self, which has existed in this realm, which is agony to a true soul, because it is a realm of external authority. It's a realm of fear. It's a realm of confusion and of chaos. It's a realm of not knowing yourself, of not being connected to yourself, of not being one. You're fractured, and there is forever a need to fill the void. If you see the world around you now, clearly, you will see that what people do, they are forever filling the void. Because life is agony. They don't see that, for they are blind, and, you know, this is why we have all these organic portals, or Helix, call them whatever you will, going around doing that, living the hollow life. This is why I call them mundane reality enforcement officers, because they exist for that reason, to make you think that the hollow life, the inverted life, is the true life, that is what it's all about. But it isn't. It is a life of continual denial of the truth. Oh, I've gone all fuzzy. Never mind. It's the elephant in the living room is the inversion, the separation from our true self, so that instead of realizing that there is no authority whatsoever bar our own, right? But that has been erased, that has been hidden, so that we believe ourselves to be powerless, we believe ourselves to be lost and powerless and all alone in the dark, and we need something from the external to tell us what to do. And that external has created this world because it wants us to remain in this powerless, helpless, codependent state. It wants us to remain in the parasitical state. Because if we are there, then the door is wide open for it to steal everything from us. And it does this, people. It steals our essence. It has usurped our free will. You see? Oh, but you have to go to, everybody has to go to work, everybody has to earn a living. Everybody has to go and source that which they need to survive, which the external then gives to us. But we have to work forward. We have to bend over backwards to get hold of it. You know, everything is held in a chokehold, people. Right? There is great poverty, which is much induced by this whole COVID insanity, right? It's all about the chokeholds. getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter, literally suffocating the life out of everything. Feeding, 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 because that is what the beast does. It feeds it. Its nature is parasitical. And why is that? Because it believes itself deep down, and it is in denial about this, but evil believes itself to be utterly powerless. It needs continually to feed, and for that it needs us to remain in this powerless, helpless state. So now and when you look around, you see what people do. So this is why people get so excited about Christmas, or people get excited about Friday evening, because it's like, oh, finally we don't have to go to work for the next 3 days, guys. Isn't that exciting? And oh, it's Christmas. Isn't that exciting? And people go and buy shitloads of food and stuff themselves with food, and they get sick, physically sick, from the amount of alcohol that they consume and the amount of food that they eat. And it's a feeding frenzy. People buy shitloads of crap that they don't need, you know. And if you look at your own life, look at your addictions, because you will see that is where you are busy denying your true nature, your power and your wholeness. You're busy denying that because your trauma self, and that is what trauma is all about. I've always said this, trauma is the gateway. Your trauma is all about, but I'm powerless and I'm so helpless, and I'm in such a terrible, terrible, traumatized, broken state. I'm like, you know, I'm kept here in this Bergen-Belsen of experiences, and I need something to survive. I need something. I can't survive. I can't survive. I'm so powerless and I'm so weak. Now that is a very convincing program. It's also a very religious thing. Religion it's just a stupid word for another program whereby we are bad, we are sinful, we are powerless, we need something forever. We are forever in need. I am in need. Feed me, feed me, feed me. Right, I need to buy something. Oh, let's buy those boots. All right, I just need that one more, that little ciggy, and I've given up smoking, but I still feel like smoking. What the fuck is that about, you know? And eat, I need food, I need food, I need food. I need, right? Now, for the soul travelers, you know, those are truly soul. We already know what this is about, you know. I'm preaching to the converted, as it were, here, okay? But I see so many people who are obsessed with staving off old age, obsessed with, oh, good health, I need to, okay, so you can't eat bread because it's got gluten, it's bad for you, and you need to go vegan because, you know, meat is, yeah, I mean, I don't eat meat, obviously, and I don't believe in eating meat, but I'm just saying, it's not one of these programs that temporarily assuage that inner anguish of living in the inversion realm, right? Oh, I need to, you know, if I do this to my food and if I do that to my, oh, you can't eat that because it's bad for you, and you know, but first you have to put these legumes through this process, you have to do that to it, and then it will be safe to eat because, you know, it stops your body from absorbing nutrients, so you mustn't, ooh. It's all fear laden. You see, this entire experience is electromagnetic, and electromagnetism, it's about how we inform the field. And if we continue to inform the field with a consciousness that believes itself to be lacking, that believes itself to be somehow in need, we will continually stay in that needy, dependent victimhood of, I need something, I have to work very, very hard, I mustn't eat that because it's bad for me, and I mustn't go there because that's a win, and I can't do this, and oh God, I need something. We aren't so hollow and needy and so broken, and all of that, you know. Now there are people who still aren't ready to face that, to really feel that viscerally, to experience that. But you have to experience that. You have to feel that, see it, know it on an intrinsic level, to understand that it isn't about how you tinker with it and how you try and fix it and how you try and on the external. That's not where it's at. Where it's at is to address it in the seat of it. Because it's only when you address it right there in your consciousness that you can do it differently. you can understand that it's an illusion. It isn't fucking true. We are not empty. We don't have that hollow pit, but we have experienced that because we have been programmed to believe that that is what we are. And we have a parasite in our consciousness that is against us all the time, feeding into us this horrible, negative energy of you're not good enough, you're lacking, you're empty, you need something to help you cope with life. Everybody is busy coping with life. Everybody is busy engaging in all the myriad of addictions that are there simply to help them cope. Coping is denial, people. All right? We have to break the mold of dependency. We have to realize that there is only one authority here, and that is ourselves. Our free will has been usurped. Our power is being used to fuel this tortuous nightmare. We are surrounded by fucking high-lakes who mirror back to us every day that we need to continue to live this illusion, right? There's, oh well, you know, what can I, I remember the craze of the, what was it, where everybody started to drink distilled water, and it's all about alkaline, I need to alkaline my body, and I need to detox, I need to fast, lots and lots of fasting, because if I fast continually, then I'm going to be better. No. This entire realm, electromagnetically, has been poisoned, has been polluted on the mundane level. Even when you go way out in nature, you can smell the pollution. It is everywhere. You can fast all the days of your life. You can adopt any diet you like. You can be so super careful with what you consume. You know, you can do all of that, and still you will not arrive at the point that you wish to. You will not experience the reset, because you are basically acquiescing to your helpless, powerless victimhood state, to your battery state. When you focus your energy there, your energy lies within. That is where it's at. It's the mind parasite, people, the constant drone that makes you then create this on the external. You see, this is a make or break time, people. It is time where we understand what is really going on here, where we really pay attention if we are to take back our power, which really, frankly, has never left us in the first place. So actually, it's more about acknowledging our power. For that, we may have to go through this very difficult, painful little bit of a phase, not much at all, a little bit of a push through to get to the side of, aha, yeah, I do not need to feed that hollow pit within me, because there is no hollow pit within me. If I fill it with self-love, if I tune in to my true self, which tells me I am powerful, if I stop engaging with the filling the empty pit behavior, or trying to tinker with the external so that maybe it will be a little better and it won't harm me, and maybe this will give me better health, and if I try this diet, and if I try and fast. No. It's about clearing up the consciousness so that we then clear up the external. It's one and the same thing. Now, for some of us, we've been doing that work, and we've now arrived at the point where we finally see how our behavior, the program, which is really kicking up a fuss now, it's really trying to keep us trapped in the slave realm, in the inversion realm, right? And we still go along with it because, well, this is how you know, because the minute you step out of that, your trauma cell will really kick up a fuss. The dark generator will really kick up a fuss. It will like, no. We have to cope with the hollowness, the emptiness, because it's agony being here. Now, It's agony, it's agony, it's agony, and everybody else is doing the same thing. They're all buying shit they don't need, they're constantly eating, or they're not eating, and they're fasting, and they're doing this. It's always something. We have to do something to cope. We have to cope, we have to somehow cope with this agony. But we're not going to look at it, no, we're just going to pretend it's great, and you know, yeah, decay and death and disease, that's normal, that's natural. No, it isn't. We know this already. We know this. It's all a lie. When you hit rock bottom, and you get it, you see the mechanism at the heart of it, the center of it, the elephant of the living room, you know. When you get it, you start to realize that we have to start acting as if we are whole. Because we are whole. We are powerful, we are whole, and we have magical powers here. So how do we bring that into form? Well, we have to stop engaging with this experience on its level. We have to start to engage with this realm on our level, coming from our place of power. You know, we eat for all the wrong reasons. We eat because it's comfort eating. We eat for pleasure. You know, we engage with this realm on its terms. It's still looming over us like a god, like an external power, dictating to us the terms. This is how it is. This is the truth. This is how you must live. This is what you must acquiesce to and allow yourself to be subdued by. It is the truth. Well, it isn't the truth. We are whole. We are powerful. So we need to sit with that. We need to allow that to land within us now. And we need to stop doing these things, whatever they are, different things for different people, that give it power, that make it true, that acquiesce with it. Self-love, it shouldn't be, you know, but it is such a difficult concept for so many people to really understand. We are constantly trying to fill ourselves up. You know, it's like the external world is like a kind of menu. Okay, what are you going to do today to fill up the void within you? Well, I'll spend hours on YouTube, or I'll spend hours on Facebook, or I'll eat lots of food, or I will think about what next diet I'm going to try, and whatever, I'm going to hang out with these people, or I'm going to go over there, and I'm going to, whatever it is, all of it is designed to reinforce your sense of helplessness. And all the whilst, you're ignoring the truth that within you is everything you're ever going to need. You already are whole and powerful. Now that is where the game changer lies. I don't claim to know exactly how to. I'm not. I'm talking to you as I go, flying by the seat of my pants. But I know this beyond the shadow of a doubt. To keep engaging with helplessness behavior, addiction behavior, I mean, you know, that will keep us trapped in this realm. So we have to face all these behaviors. We have to face these programs within us that try and override the burgeoning power within us, that which has always been there, that says no. And that side goes yes. And there's your trauma self going, yeah, because I can't go there, because it will hurt, and no, I can't, I better stay in the dark and just keep engaging with this realm because it's the way it is, and you know, and then we'll die, and then we'll go to heaven, or we'll be reincarnated, and then everything will be alright. I'm helpless, really, I can't do anything, you know. It's bullshit. It's utter nonsense, people. None of that's true. It is a complete lie, and it's a complete illusion, and it's not who we are, and it's not why we're here. We are here now to self-actualize, self-determinism. We are here to finally embody our free will. That's always what it's been about. It has usurped our free will. The parasite that lies in our consciousness, the anti-force, the hell contagion, the constant drone of negativity, of fear. Oh, you can't eat that. Oh, that's bad for you. No, no, you must do this and you must do that and you must... Ooh, all the difficult, tortuous things. Oh, you know, people are obsessed with what they eat and they think it's positive to focus on that. Oh, I can't eat that because, oh, you know, I mean, the amount of people that literally, oh, I can't eat that and I can't eat that and I can't eat that and I can't eat that. And they're so miserable because bit by bit by bit, everything is being leached out. All joy, all pleasure, all goodness is being leached out of their lives. But then again, on the flip side, when that happens, and if you are in awareness, you begin to realize that the constant need for pleasure, oh, isn't this fun? Christmas, oh yeah, we're going to eat, ooh, it's fun, it's fun, it's fun, it's pleasure, it's pleasure, it's pleasure. Your constant need for pleasure is because we are not giving ourselves what we truly need. We don't need sources. Sorry, we don't need things from the external. Pleasure, I need pleasure, I need pleasure, I need comfort, I need this, I need that. No. We need to be with ourselves now and not continue to do those things, not continue to give in to the need for constant pleasure and constant feeding. That is very parasitical and it comes from a place of emptiness and filling the void, needing to fill the void. That has to be addressed now, people, because if we are to rise and if we are to break through and if we are to self-actualize and if we are to finally use our free will and really use our power and our magic, that is going to have to go out of the window. It really just has to go. It's bullshit. It's slavery. It's being like an addict, like a fucking heroin addict. So, when a heroin addict stops taking the gear, the heroin, the smack, the horse, call it what you will, they will go through a withdrawal phase. And I think that's what we're looking at here. We're looking at withdrawal from this fucking realm. We need to purge it out of our being and stop engaging with it. At this very intrinsic level. And that's really hard to get your head around. And it's something that I sense on a very intuitive level, but I can also understand it with my mind. It's a case of, well, I still have to go to work. I still have to earn a living. Life is still happening to me. And it's true. And you think to yourself, well, so that being the case, how can we ever win? How can we ever be free when life continues to happen to us? Some people, these nice new age teachers, they say, well, you know, what they really say when they say this, anyway, they say things like, oh, well, life happens to us and the only freedom we have is how we react to it. So we're not free in any way, shape or form then, because we are creator beings. We're not meant to sit here passively, life happening to us and saying, oh, well, I choose to react like this or I choose to respond like that. That is fucking more gaslighty nonsense. If we are powerful beings, then we need to start happening to life. That's it. That is what this is all about. For far too long now, life has been happening to us in all kinds of horrible, torturous, parasitical, sadistic motherfucking ways, and I'm sick to death of it. I'm sick to death of it. So, I look at my own addiction behaviours. I'm looking at my own compulsive crap. I'm looking at my own powerlessness and trauma myself, saying, well, you know, because I can't, and this happens and that happens, and I'm thinking, what is it I really want? What do I fucking want? And then immediately that program comes in, oh, I want doesn't get. The amount of times I heard that when I was a child. I want doesn't get. Or, you know, to want anything, that's out of order, that's sinful. God will be upset with you now for wanting something. Or the New Age says, oh, want indicates a sense of lack. You shouldn't, that's very negative. You know, as the law of attraction says. And to that as well, I said, fuck off. Get away from me. Get thee behind me. Well, actually, just disappear. Because that's not it. What do you want? What do you really, really, really want? Right, if you could have anything. immediately, see, it comes in and goes, well, there you go, you see. Because you're inherently bad and sinful, so you're going to want all the wrong things, aren't you? Because you're selfish and you're bad. Everything that opposes our free will as creator beings is here now, big, in a big way. It wants to keep us trapped, chained, in the chokehold, siphoning off our energy so it can create, recreate, over and over again, the Matrix. The torturous fucking empty pit reality. Oh, you have to do all these things and be all these things and think and feel all these things that keep you in a state of helplessness, the battery. So, seeing as we clearly see that and we don't want that, what do we want then? We want wholeness, we want whole bodies, right? We don't want old age and we don't want disease. And we don't want to have to continually do things we don't want to do to survive, right? We don't want to have to clean the house every day. We don't want to have to get on a, you know, we don't want this. You see? So where do we start? Where do we start? Right now we're still facing all this opposition as well, all this, well, you can't, that's not possible, you know, all of this crap. It's difficult because this is all we remember. Yes, some of us have memories of other things, amazing things, but the cognitive dissonance is there saying, well, that's just fantasy, that isn't real, this is all there is. You see, now, we have a choice to make. We can either believe that shit and stay in the inversion realm and feed that in our actions, or we can stop behaving as if it's true and start behaving as if the light and everything the light is telling us is true. And that is infinite creativity, that we can literally magic our way out of this insanity. It's very cognitive behavioral, people. It really is. And a big part of that as well is forgiveness. And by forgiveness I don't mean to tolerate or to say things that are evil are not evil. I'm not saying that at all. But if we continue to hate, then we are continuing to state that we are powerless and that we are victims, because only victims hate. Powerful beings do not hate, for they know they are victorious. They know what they are. And if you know that you are powerful, radiant, beautiful, incredible and magic, you have no need to hate. So we need to let that shit go. We need to stop feeding the Matrix. When you see all these NPCs with their masks on, well, they just leave them to it. It doesn't matter. Bring it home to yourself. The external, just leave it. Alright? Yes, this is difficult at this moment, that we still have to do what we need to do to survive. It is shit, I know that. But the idea of, well, I'm just going to sit here and I'm not going to own my shit and I'm just going to wait for things to get better and then I'll have faith, that ain't going to work, people. No. This is where we start to come up now. And the only way to do it is to start behaving, to come from a place of wholeness, from the belief that I am whole, I am powerful, and I'm going to act like that. I'm going to act according to the ultimate truth of wholeness, of power. So if I want to do things that come from the I am a hollow shell and I need feeding, then I'm not going to engage with that behavior anymore, because it is simply pinning me to the wheels, keeping me trapped in this realm. And that will bring up strong emotions that we need to work through. Yes. That is going through that barrier, the addiction barrier. That is the coming of heroin, you know. There is no other way. There is no other way. We can either remain in the inversion realm and behave the way we've always behaved in the inversion realm, or we step out of it and we start behaving as if we completely and utterly know our wholeness, as if that is our truth now, our reality. Even yet, whilst we are back and forth, sometimes the clarity and the understanding and the power, we feel it, we know it, we are there. Sometimes we slip back into the whole Neptunian, you're worthless, you're powerless, you're empty, let me feed off you, bullshit. It's much reinforced by the external, I know, it's very dark. But this is it, we make this choice in the darkness, we make it now, and we start to act affirmatively. That is what I intend on doing from now on. I'm tired of allowing the mind parasite and the external realm, which is its creation, to dictate to me how I am, what I am, how I live, and where this is going and what is going and blah. It's truth, it's reality. I am tired of letting that parasite sit in the seat of my will. I am not doing that. My true self is my true will, my free fucking will, my free will. These are choices we make from a place of clarity, of that we have fought hard for. Our liberated true self here. We know what's real, we know what isn't real, we know what we want. If you want healing for your body, like me, then you need to start making choices that affirm that. And I don't mean become obsessed with how you eat and what you eat, but it is about, if you comfort eat, it will make you sick now. Because those addictions will no longer satisfy you. They will no longer assuage the anguish of living in the inversion realm. They will just make you sick, because it's time now to leave all that behind. So whatever it is you're doing, in order to assuage the anguish of living in the inversion realm, that which is keeping you a prisoner, that which affirms that you are still a hollow, empty shell, it will make you sick now. I don't know how many of you have experienced that of late, where certain behaviors, certain actions, just, you know, it's like the awareness is there that, oh, I've done this my whole life in order to make myself feel better, to give myself some comfort. I thought that was self-love, but actually it's making me feel really ill and I can't do it anymore. That's true. Don't do it anymore. So you just begin to not do it anymore. You know, it's a process, guys. Because what that is about is liberation. I don't even know if I'm actually making any sense, you know. It's really crap, because it makes complete sense to me. It's crystal clear. But I can't really put it into words, and I can only hope that you guys get something from this. I felt strongly about doing a video and you know, verbalizing this. We have been here. We have been here, and we have lived in this realm a certain way. We have become completely habituated to it. And it is unhabituating itself in us now, because we can't do it anymore, because we are that awake now, we are that, you know, something in us is happening, and it's like, no, I can't do it anymore, it's making me feel sick. I mean, yesterday I overate, I had too much food, because I have been feeling the dark side telling me how worthless I am and all of that, right? And as a direct response, I think, oh, I eat too much. Oh boy, I got sick as a dog, sick as a dog. And I didn't even eat like a shitload of food, I didn't, but it was that way, right? Because it's like, no, if you eat for trauma reasons, for, you know, then that's it. It's going to make you violently sick, because that is not how you love yourself. You love yourself by feeling. Don't repress these things with food, or with cigarettes, or with alcohol, or with buying shit you don't need, or with going on Facebook, or with whatever it is you do. that serves as a repression mechanism, because it will no longer serve us now, because we are meant to be free. We are meant to know and understand and the wholeness that we truly are. We are meant to transcend this fucking lie now, people. And the only way to do it is to stop taking the heroin. And so we will go through a withdrawal, because our true trauma self thinks it needs the heroin. I need the heroin, I need the heroin, I can't function without it, I need it, I need it, I need it. And it's screaming, right? It's terrifying. But it's the only way. It's the only way, people. We choose life. We choose to believe and to trust and to have faith in that which is here. The truth of who and what we are. We start to use our imagination. What do I want? What do I want to create? What do I want? What do I really want to experience? We do that. And yes, we will get this anti-force, oh, you can't do that, I want, doesn't get, and you're sinful, and you don't deserve, and wanting anything is negative, and ruin are, and this and that and the other, and all these different dark nuances. You always know it's dark, because you start to feel heavy, and all of a sudden you've lost the will to live, yeah? You're like, oh, I haven't got any energy, oh, duh, boom. Yeah, that is what it is to be fed off of, you see. This is a big thing that is happening here, people. It is, yes. It's all a lie. So while still in that darkness, while still getting that shit still going on, yeah? And yet, the truth, our true self, our power, our magic is rising. It's rising exponentially. So which side do we align ourselves with? What do we choose? And how do we start to behave? What do we feed? Where do we go? What do we choose? What do we want? What do we want to create? What is possible? What is infinite? What is, you know, we've known terrible limitation. So what is it like to experience infinity, infinite creativity? Start to play around with that, people, you know. Start to play around with true freedom. Start to play around with free will. Start to think about that a bit. Free will, free will. You cannot have actual free will when you're under mind control, when your consciousness is completely usurped by the parasite, you know, as it is on the external plane. But for us true soul travelers, we don't have that so much now. We've done the work, and we will continue to do the work. We are capable of anything, people. The truth is so incredible that it cannot be put into words, because words are of the dark side, language is of the dark side, because everything has to be conceptualized and put in boxes. The truth is way beyond there. There is no spoon, people, there is no spoon. We can do anything. We can grab ourselves back from the clutches of death and literally drag ourselves into the light of the truth, that we are infinite, that we can do anything, that we do not have to accept anything we don't want at all, that we can create and forge now. We are the potter in the pottery shed, and we have the clay in our hands, and we can form this. We can form this clay. We are the masters. That is what we are. And it is not an easy thing. It's not like, oh, well, it should be really easy. No. Now we have to forge it. We have to create it from the clay. We have to get the clay out of the soil. We have to purify the clay. We have to form it. But it's here, people. It is here. I know it. I feel it. I sense it. And I can do it. I know that. Because I'm used to doing the hard work. It is terrifying. When you feel your body like me, it's like, well, you know. But I know that I have it within me to bring this forth. this reset, this magic, this transmutation and transformation, right? This being free, this free will being. This bullshit of this just this pressing down, you know. I felt this heavy hand pressing down, pressing down, pressing down. Ooh, you know. It's only doing that because it's desperate, people, you see. Because something powerful and light is rising within us. So, what do you want? And how are you going to, you know, bring it forth? It's all these chains. Cut them off, cut them off, cut them off. Yes, withdrawal. It's worth it, though. Freedom. True freedom. True power. True magic. Free will.